On this week's stimulating edition of Below the Hardwood, Oklahoma City Thunder take the #1 spot. Trade bait. Who could potentially move before the trade deadline? Up for discussion, All-Star season. Who's going and who's going to get snubbed?
And you're now tuned into the greatest. Welcome back to the basement. I'm your host, Ryan Henry, here for Below the Hardwood, featuring, of course, Dexter Ariola, Alan Shane, giving you the best in the NBA, as we always do. Crazy week. We're going to start with the week in review. Oklahoma City takes that #1 spot. Who's going to stop them? We'll get into that. Of course, trade bait. There's a lot of trades going on. Who's going where before the deadline? Who's the big deal makers? The Bank of Cuban is open. Who knows what's going to happen? Of course, up for discussion. It's All-Star season. We're going to talk snubs and who we think should be going on that reserve list. Of course, the starters were announced last week. And, of course, getting into our 24-second shot clocks, always fun. And the dunk of the week. I'm going to give you a hint. Bouse. Yes, bouse. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can you? Well, whatever. That's the hint. But anyway, up for discussion is the Oklahoma City Thunder and their amazing play. #1 in the league right now with a record of 32-9. They just beat the Dallas Mavericks in overtime, where Kevin Durant dropped 52 big ones, career high. What do you guys think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, Dexter?
I think Westbrook is playing like a beast. You need to see that video where he blocks the mascot. Hilarious. Kevin Durant, you can't say, no words to describe him. He's a sick player. He's skinny as hell, but he's killing it. Scoring all the damn points. And, Westbrook.
Westbrook is an ass, I'm sorry. What he did to the Denver Nuggets mascot was so unnecessary.
He deserved it. Did you see what he did before?
Oh my god. But Alan, your take on Oklahoma and everything they've been able to do so far.
As we all know, I hate Oklahoma, and I'm gonna be real. I'm scared. I'm scared of what's going on right now. I'm really surprised at how well they're doing without James Harden and how well Kevin Martin's fit in through one season. To be honest, I want to see what's gonna happen when they don't have their fourth quarter point guard and they have to deal with Russell Westbrook jacking up shots from the elbow with 5 seconds left on the clock. In playoffs, I want to see what's gonna happen with that. But for right now in the season, it's a really good season for them.
It is, and honestly, I don't see it stopping. You have Kevin Martin, who's disproved every hater saying that James Harden was the guy and that they would not be able to go back to the promised land without him. I think they will. They've been able to do everything, and he's honestly averaging what Harden was doing as six-man. So it's not hurting them at all.
Perkins is playing amazing defense. Ibaka as well.
Perkins.
Always defense.
He never smiles. Not once. I don't think he's ever done it. But OKC, again, that crazy game with Dallas. Don't even talk to me about that because Mike James, 10-day contract, jacking up three-point shots for whatever.
Mike James.
They're 32-9 right now. Look out for OKC. Probably going to be #1 in the power rankings very soon. But, of course, trade bait. Every team is saying that they're going to come out big in the next couple of weeks. We've had Mark Cuban come out and say that the Bank of Cuban is open, allowing any trades aside from Dirk, according to him. But of course, we've heard rumors.
Can I just say this? Mavericks have nothing to trade.
No, we got trade. We got trade bait. We got people.
You guys have
1-year contracts.
Pesos. We're trying to trade pesos with
our
US dollars.
Our trade bait is 1-year contracts. Everyone wants to get under the luxury tax, and we have players who are signed for literally 1 year. We have OJ Mayo, who just broke out, and he's talented.
And Mayo's retired.
And of course, people have interest in Dirk, but Dirk doesn't want to leave, so
Dirk's gonna die in Dallas, all right? He's gonna retire.
Yeah, I want him to. I don't want him to leave. Why would I want Dirk to leave? But he's a part of the trade bait, according the dream rumors of Dirk for Dwight. What do you guys think about that?
That's crazy.
Would Dirk look good enough?
Why would you trade your recycling for your trash? It makes no sense, you know. Like, both those players are doing terrible this year, and they're, I don't know, they're not really going to prove to me that they're you can put a team around them right now. It's the future.
Well, yeah, Dirk's like 34. He's old. He's on his way out. But
Dwight Howard's
he can
proven
still
that he has a
shoot.
terrible attitude, and he can be a worse villain than LeBron James.
Another trade bait, Pau Gasol, who's been having an off year, like incredibly off. He has put up his big boy pants, according to your boy Kobe. So
Pau Gasol, he's coming off the bench. He's permanent off the bench. Omari Stoudemire up for the trading block. Andrea Bargnani, I think they should do like a 3-way trade, figure something out. And Bargnani to Lakers.
Three-way, yeah.
Do you, like where would you want to see Pau Gasol go?
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in a Raptor uniform, or him and Jose could talk Spanish about how they suck on defense together. I would hate to see that.
I think it would work.
Work for what?
Because they have that Spanish chemistry. One,
okay.
They played together for years,
and then we'll win the championship next year, right?
We're not going to win a championship.
Oh, so why would you trade that? His contract is pure.
It's better than Bargnani.
Pure
better
poison.
than Bargnani.
$12 billion. You're going to pay $12 billion to an aging Pau Gasol who doesn't even start.
Bargnani.
Okay.
But anyway, of course, Rudy Gay. Those rumors are starting to die because Memphis pulling off a great amount of trades today with Cleveland. They got rid of about $6 million of cap. They are now under the cap, and they might not even have to get rid of any of the star players. So congrats to Memphis. They're keeping that core together.
And Memphis should, to be honest. Memphis is a good team without Rudy Gay. They don't necessarily need Rudy Gay. Zach Randolph has proven that he's a 20-10 player that can keep the team winning. And Rudy Gay is a player they should retrade. That's what I think, personally.
And talking about Rudy Gay, could be an all-star. Up for discussion, all-stars. What is going to who's going to make it? Snubs. Who's going to get snubbed? I want to hear one from the East and one from the West that you think is going to make the reserve team. Alan.
Personally, for the East, I think we're looking at Paul George from Indiana. I think he has proven that he could take over a team without the presence of Danny Granger out there, and he's doing it big, you know? And he's flashy, sexy, whatever, the dunks and everything. Everyone loves that to watch that, so I think he should be in the All-Star game for the East.
And your West?
My Western pick, James Harden. Jay Hard he's proven that he can take over a team. He left OKC, became a big boy in one season, and him and Jeremy Lin, who shouldn't make the All-Star team, we all agree, is doing very well right now. One of the top 5 scorers in the league.
James Harden is definitely. I think he people said he might be the best shooting guard in the league right now. When you consider Kobe's age and Dwayne Wade declining. But Dexter, your East and West going to make it.
The people that are going to make it, it's going to be really boring and they mirror each other, is David Lee and Carlos Boozer. They're putting up basically the same numbers. They're double-double guys. I know it's boring. Like, I hate watching them if they're in the All-Star game too. Like, I wouldn't pay for tickets. And like, those are my picks. They're both in 5th place. Like, they're mirror image of each other. Carlos Boozer, Player of the Week. Sick. On Chicago, by the way.
And 2 guys I've been watching, Paul George from the East again. It's not sexy to play in Indiana, but like this man just makes it look so good right now. Like, you guys gotta take a look at Paul George. And of course, Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors, Mark Jackson's Golden State Warriors. This guy is killing it. His numbers have never been better. He's sort of stayed off of injury, and guess what? Golden State's like top 3 in the West right now, top 4, top 5 in the West. One or the other, but they're killing it right now.
Let's hope that by the time the All-Star comes up, Stephen Curry's ankles aren't broken again.
Yeah.
This guy's got tweaks for ankles.
Honestly. Snubs. 2 guys you think, well, just one. Just give me one guy.
Personally, I think what he said, David Lee, is going to be a snub. Because honestly, he's boring to watch. And you know what? You only need one representative from Golden State Warriors, and that's Stephen Curry.
You're snub.
Drew Holiday. He's playing wicked. He's top 12 in scoring. And Sixers aren't a good team, but is looking good. Drew Holiday.
And I'm going to take Tony Parker. Again, leader of the San Antonio Spurs. You look at the guards in the West, it's ridiculous. You got Jay Harden, you got Russell Westbrook, and now you got Stephen Curry to worry about. Tony Parker's definitely going to get snubbed. And now we're going to look at the 24-second shot clocks. And I'm actually going to take this one because it's going to go off of what I was talking about with Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Cities that it's not sexy to play in, but you have good players. We're going to talk about Paul George. killing it, taking over the team for Danny Granger. He's your star player. He just had a triple-double like just the other day, beating Memphis. He's crazy. We got Greg Monroe, Detroit Pistons. Who's watching the Detroit Pistons? Nobody. It's another one of those cities that no one cares about, but we got good players. And of course, Kyrie Irving, you all know about him, but 40 points, Cleveland Cavaliers, no one's watching Cleveland.
Ain't nobody.
Nobody.
My 24 is going to be the midway season MVP, which is Chris Paul, who I said at the beginning of the season. So I'm right about everything. Penny Hardaway, I don't know where you are. Come out the hole. Say something. Chris Paul, he's leading the team. Everything. He made Lob City. I know Blake Griffin's there, but he made Lob City. Done.
Okay. And last and most importantly, my opinion, mine's gonna be talking about the All-Star dunk-off. I think we gotta plan it from now because I don't want that same crappy stuff we had last year where we had friggin' what's his name, Jeremy Ryan go there, do a terrible dunk. I want to see Jeremy Evans. There you go. I don't know what to say this. I want to see Terrence Ross. I want to see Alonzo G, and I don't want no short guys doing crappy dunks that everyone thinks are amazing. I'm talking about you, Nate Robinson, with your jumping off the back of people. I want to see real high-flying dunks on the Iguodala's, Dwight Howard's out there. That's what I want to see this year. Some great things.
The All-Star dunk needs to change, and we got talent. Like Paul George should go back. I definitely think he should go back.
Definitely.
BTH, of course, we're everywhere. Like I always say, BTH everything. You can follow us on Facebook /Below the Hardwood. Of course, Twitter /Below the Hardwood, and the blog spot. We're posting stuff like, people, you need to read this. This is some good stuff. Keeps you updated. That's belowthehardwood.wordpress.com. Great articles on LeBron James. Just got 20,000 points. And the All-Stars that we just talked about, the snubs. Check that out. Thank you, Terrence, again. And of course, our personal Twitters, Dexter.
Dexter_BTH.
Hasn't tweeted.
4 tweets.
He hasn't twat
1,000
yet.
followers.
He hasn't twat.
It's crazy.
He hasn't twat yet.
Alan.
Crooklyn's nicest. Your girlfriend's following me, so maybe you should. It's a good idea. I'm just saying.
And of course, R.A. Henry, giving you all the goody basketball stuff. Of course, don't talk to me when the Mavs lose. Anyway. The dunk of the week. A man that should be going to Houston. His name is Terrence Ross. This was on Brooklyn.
What the Ross?
What the Ross, boss.
Yes. No Rick Ross.
No, it does, because his last name is Ross. It works. Check it out. Have a good night. Oh yeah, some Cheerios. Of course.
Barnett wasn't lying.
TWG. Is it nasty?